Bryan Street Publishing presents B&E Ever After, a Hansel and Gretel story by Linda Kage. Read for you by Liam Lambert and Asia King. Prologue. Hayden. "Watch it, Broderick! You're spilling them everywhere!" At my mother's sharp voice, I lifted my attention from the Game Boy I'd been playing to find her swiping a supersized bag of Skittles from my little brother. "God, you were such a mess!" Brick hung his head glumly, mumbling, "Sorry," as she jerked him around until he was facing away from her so she could unzip the backpack he was wearing and cram the Skittles inside, out of his reach. Then she huffed impatiently and started away from us, snapping, "Well, come on! At this rate, the shopping center will close by the time we get there." Brick dutifully shuffled after her, and I filed in behind him, returning my attention to my game. It was easy to keep track of him out of my peripheral vision. He wore a bright orange shirt and had Bart Simpson on his book bag. So I was able to beat a new record and advance a level without paying attention to where we were going, even though the foreign country we were in had some pretty cool sights. Mother had decided to come to Monte Carlo to recuperate after breaking up with her last boyfriend. Turns out, he was already married, which hadn't settled well with her. The last thing she'd planned to do was bring Brick and me along on her recovery getaway. But Greta, our housekeeper, had also needed to take time off at the last minute because her husband had gotten into a car accident and was in the hospital, so she hadn't been able to stay with Brick and me, which pretty much forced Mother into dragging us with her. The city wasn't exactly kid-friendly. I'd read the pamphlets they had sitting out at the place where we were staying. They were all about car racing, gambling, boxing, and Mother's reason for coming, Le Métropole Shopping Center. "Do they have a candy store at the mall?" Brick asked, shading his eyes from the setting sun so he could peer down into the lower courtyard that housed the entrance of the Métropole. "No, She turned to us, only to stop talking abruptly and blink as if she'd never laid eyes on her two sons before. "What about a food court?" Brick persisted, rubbing his stomach. I swear all he ever thought about was food. "You know what?" Mother murmured, her lips twitching with that fake smile she always flashed when she was about to lie. "I just remembered. You need to order tickets in advance to get into the Métropole. And I didn't plan on bringing you boys along, so you're going to have to wait out here." I'm not sure which part of that was the lie, but there was definitely one in there somewhere.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?